Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Power of Your Mind podcast, where we dive deep into the world of manifestation, the law of attraction, and the unlimited potential of your mind. You are listening to episode number 291, Abundance Manifestation Shifting Your Set Point. I'm so excited about today's episode. I am Victoria Gallagher, and just a quick reminder to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so that you never miss an episode. Now, if you're new to this show or if you're new to me, allow me to introduce myself. Like I said, I'm Victoria Gallagher. I'm a best-selling author of all these books. If you're watching the video, Practical Law of Attraction, My Cat's Secret to Manifesting, Ultimate Weight Loss Power, Attract Good Luck, Manifest Your Soulmate. And I'm also the founder of HypnoCloud Apps, HipTalk.com, Personal Growth Club, soon to be Believe app. So if you're tuning in for the first time or you've been with us on this transformational journey, I am so excited to have you here because we talk about all the things that I love to talk about and that people seem to love to learn about: the law of attraction, turning your dreams into reality. And here's the latest update. I'd like to let you know about my new app, Believe. So, the new app is your next level tool for manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. And it is almost here. I've already started working with my new development team, and we are super close. Just want to keep it at that. They had to fix some things that my old team had miscoded, and I am very, very impressed with the level of professionalism that they seem to have. They just seem to do things in a whole different way at a whole higher level, and so I have really high hopes that we're going to be able to deliver this app when they say they will. However, I'm still just going to, I've set a date so many times that by now I just kind of want to let it be a surprise. I mean, as soon as I know for sure that it is done and it's ready to go, that is when I'll let you know. But it's probably sooner than you think. And this app is going to have over 1,000 transformational audios for you from, law of attraction, manifesting business success, abundance, you name it. And it's all there to guide you, inspire you, elevate you. And because I am all about giving you tools to succeed, I have a special gift for you today. And that is the Believe Hypnosis 7-day Manifest Success Journal. And it is absolutely free for you to download right now. It is waiting for you right now at believemanifest.com. So go there and grab your 7-day support journal. This is a journal that has 7 daily exercises designed to fine tune your mind to focus on success. And it is a great way for you to start this new year. So keep your eye out for the Believe app. Download your Manifest Success Journal over at believemanifest.com. The Believe app will come out very soon. It will be well worth the wait. And so let's dive in to today's episode, number 291, about abundance manifestation and shifting your set point. So, first of all, I think I'd like to welcome you to 2024. All right. 2024 is finally here, and it's going to be a great year. That seems to be the vibe. Seems to be the vibe. Everybody thinks that, these last few years have kind of been a train wreck, right? And so we're just going to move right into 2024. And, as the calendar flipped over to a new year, there's this like anticipation that like it's going to be great. And so many people have been kind of waiting for this new year, almost expecting it to come and reset everything. It's like a reset button. Everybody was kind of like, okay, as soon as 2024 gets here, it's going to be like, a reset. And so many people have this idea built up in their minds, the idea in their minds that, as soon as the clock strikes midnight, a wave of change sweeps through our lives. And it's comforting, and a lot of people, it's like we like to start things the next day, or we like to start things on Monday, or we start like to start things at the beginning of the month, and particularly we like to start things at the beginning of the year. And so there's, real, and I don't know. And then on top of that, I always like to throw in, I like years that end in positive numbers, especially the number four, because my birthday is August 4th. And so, I love the number four. So there's all kinds of reasons to believe that this is going to be a great year. However, that is, some people believe that this date is going to bring with it all the changes. It's going to bring the year is going to bring the changes that we have been wanting. The year is going to bring the breakthroughs. The year is going to bring the motivation. The year is going to wipe the slate clean, and we can have a new beginning. And that's wonderful. It's wonderful to have that positive mindset, of course, to start the year. And maybe some of you maybe haven't even thought about the new year in that way at all. Maybe, for you, it's just going to be like every other year. You're not like really set on making any changes or resolutions or anything. You're just kind of going with the flow. And if that's the case, well, this episode's still for you because, there's probably something in your life that you'd love to change. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about change because I really want to get real. I really want to be authentic and give you, some I've got some really, really great information here for you. And so, the new year, as symbolic as it may be, it's not a magic wand that's just going to be this mystical force that automatically resets everything right in our lives. When we wake up on January 1st, or when we woke up on January 1st, I'm recording this a few days before the episode's going to air. So that it'll air on like around I don't know, the ninth or something like that. Anyway, whatever day this airs, it's the first couple weeks in January. But anyway, we all woke up on January 1st, and the world around us is basically the same, right? The sky is still blue. The leaves are still green. The streets are pretty much the same. Everything in your house is probably pretty much the same. And, the wars are still going on, unfortunately. All the things are basically the same. Our whole environment is probably the same. And essentially, we're the same. If you really think about it, like the cells in our body are the same. Our brain is the same brain that we went to sleep with December 31st. So we are the same person. And, how is this change going to manifest? This realization isn't really it's not meant to it's not meant to let you down. It's really just kind of a wake up call because it just reminds us that the change doesn't come from turning the page on the calendar. The change doesn't come from the clock changing hands. The change, doesn't come from anything around us. It doesn't arrive on a silver platter. It doesn't arrive because the New Year bells chime. It's not given by the passage of time. It is something that is internal. It is something that happens within us. And so the allure of a new year can be really inspiring. It can give people that kind of renewed sense of motivation. Um, but it's also a little misleading because, it gives you that sense of hope, that feeling that, like, hey, it's a fresh start, it's a brand new year. But it's also a little misleading because when we start believing that this change is tied to a date or the year or the ticking of the clock, the truth is that power to change, to grow, to evolve, it still comes from within. It always has come from within. It comes from the decisions that we make every day. It comes from the small steps that we take toward our goal. We have to take those steps. And it comes from the mindset that we greet each morning. And, you know, a lot of times, you go to the gym and you'll see the gym is packed with people who all they all got on board with this idea that, oh, at the beginning of the year is going to be a new start. And the same thing happens on Mondays. You always see the gym is loaded with people on Mondays. Or, people start writing down their goals or they start acting a different way. But it doesn't usually last very long. And so as we step into 2024, I I want this to actually be a year for you where things really do change um, for the better for your life, not just for the first few days, not just for the first few weeks, not just for a month or two, but I want you to be able to look back on 2024 in December, when you're looking back and you say, wow, this really did change. And, so let's just look at this year, not for the calendar, but just like let's just get rid of the idea of the calendar. Let's just look at it just as that was just a reminder. It's just a reminder. And you can remind yourself any time. You can remind yourself at 5 o'clock in the evening that it's time to change. You can remind yourself on a Wednesday that it's time to change, and you can do it on a Friday, and you can do it on a Saturday, and you can do it on a Sunday, and you can do it on March 19th on a Thursday evening at 5:30. You know what I mean? It doesn't, when you are ready to change, when you're ready to decide, you're ready to decide. And so, the question, is not, now what as we enter this new year? It is what now? Okay, it's different question. What now? What will we do with this time? How will we harness the power within us to make this year different, to make it count, to make every day count? Because here's the truth. The truth is you still carry the same beliefs, the same financial set points, the same level of self-love. So if you want 2024 to be different, then right now it's time to make a dramatic shift in those things. And you have to start with being a hypnotist, being somebody who changes people's minds and mindset and inner workings. You have to start with the subconscious beliefs. Subconscious beliefs are those deep-seated programs in the background of your mind. I'm just looking at my phone because it keeps lighting up, and turn it face down. So it's those deep-seated programs in the background of your mind, which is directing and we're talking about finances here, your financial expectations, or your self-esteem, or your life choices. And these subconscious beliefs, they're stubborn. Okay. They don't just pack up and change and leave just because the ball drops. Okay. just because it's a new year. If we are aiming to create a different 2024, it's these ingrained beliefs that need an update. So I want you to think of it like updating software on your computer. The outdated programs slow, or even on your phone, the apps on your phone gets outdated and it starts to slow down. And it's the same thing with your mind. Those outdated programs can slow things down. But once you update those programs, then things can start running smoothly. And that's where hypnotherapy works by guiding you into a state of deep relaxation and heightened suggestibility, which allows for direct communication with your subconscious mind. And it's there that in that deeply focused state that the transformation can begin. And so during a hypnotherapy session or whenever you're listening to a recording, such as the ones that you're going to find in the Believe app, the hypnotherapist or the guided voice is going to use very specific language and imagery to challenge those limiting beliefs and change those limiting beliefs about what you can achieve, especially around personal success and abundance, if that's, a goal that you're working on. So if there's a subconscious belief that you've had, like maybe in 2023, and all the years before that, you were stuck at a certain level of income that you couldn't break through. And so this session is going to target that belief. There's a belief that keeps you there, okay? Whether you know about it or not, whether you realize it or not. The reason why you've been stuck at a certain place in your weight, in your relationships, in your finances, in your business, in whatever it is that you're working on, there's a reason you're stuck there. And the reason is because that is stuck, in your subconscious mind. And so we're going to have to target that belief. And we're going to have to introduce new suggestions that align with you having a higher level of earning potential, tapping into this part of your mind that influences that behavior and the motivation. And it's going to also help to, we're going to talk about this in a minute, reset your financial set point by planting and nurturing the seed of that new belief that you are capable of achieving and deserving more. Just say that. I am capable of achieving and deserving more. I am capable of that. And you can say that on the surface level and it maybe doesn't feel like true or correct for you, but once you plant that into the subconscious, it's a much more direct way to change that belief because it's not just surface level encouragement. It's methodical rewiring of the actual neurology in your brain. It's like updating code in in an app, essentially. If you've got miswired code in there, it's not going to function as expected. The same thing with your brain. And so these updates are improvements that enhance the functionality of your mind. Same way that, we have to update software to enhance the functionality of the app or the software program. We have to update the codes in your mind, okay, with these new improvements, with these new empowering beliefs that change how you view your potential and how you take action on your potential. And as these new suggestions take hold, they begin to change the narrative in your daily life. Instead of being held back by old programming, you start to operate from a new belief that supports your goals and aligns you with the vision that you have for your life. So, this is all about this alignment thing that I talk about in my book, Practical Law of Attraction. By the way, the subtitle of Practical Law of Attraction is Align Yourself with the Manifesting Conditions and Successfully Attract Your Desires. So alignment, is all about, having a clear desire, clear focus, clear intention, having your thoughts be in alignment, and having your what you're visualizing being in alignment, what you believe being in alignment. And this is the part of that we're talking about, your beliefs. And that's how you make a real shift and set the stage for a much more successful 2024 that's not just different, but that it's better. Okay. Um, the other aspects of the alignment are your emotional vibration, which we're also going to get into. You also want to be, in alignment with your intuitive guidance, with the creative attraction, with taking action, and with your acknowledgments, what you're celebrating, what you've already manifested. So two other areas that we're going to focus on are those aspects, the emotional energy vibration and your financial set point. So let's dig into the financial set point because I think this is really interesting. So your financial set point is like this invisible ceiling over your income. It's invisible because you can't really see that it's there, but it is there. And what's interesting about that is what you can't see, you don't really have any control over. If you can't see it, it's really difficult to change it. But you can actually see it. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. But unless you have acknowledged it, unless you become aware of it, it's always controlling you. And so this is a limit that you have at some point unknowingly accepted. And you've accepted this based on maybe the way that you've heard other people talk about money, and or maybe it's like this is just the way it's always been. Like I've never been able to break through that amount. I've never been able to get to X amount of dollars, in a year or a month or whatever your thresholds are that you're basing that income on. But you know that it's true. You know that for you, there's a wall, a ceiling, a wall or a ceiling, whichever way you want to call it, that's kind of there. It's in your way. And, you just haven't been able to, it's frustrating. You haven't been able to break out of it. And that is because of this set point. And you've just internalized this belief. It's based on your past experiences. It's the threshold of what you believe you're capable of earning and holding on to. There's a difference. Holding on to is, something maybe you earn a lot, but you also have to spend a lot in order to make it. And, or maybe you haven't learned, or maybe the more you make, the more expenses you create. And so you still end up at the same financial set point in your bank account. You haven't been able to save any money. You haven't been able to actually keep some money. You haven't really been able to upgrade the quality of your life. So at some level, there's a set point. And this is also influenced by your vibrational energy, the frequency that you are operating at emotionally and energetically. So a set point, just to give you a little bit more information about it, is like a default setting. It's a default for you. Like let's just say that you're trying to break through to $1 million a year, okay? But the most you've ever made is 30,000 a month. Okay, that's the most you've ever made. And that's the highest level. And then once you get to that, that's like an invisible ceiling. Now, you also have a level to which you won't go below. Like maybe you just have a really, really crappy month and you make, you know, 15,000, like half of that. but you would never go below that. Well, that's your bottom set point. So you have an upper set point and a bottom set point, but what you really want to get to is that million. And it's just so far out of reach for you. It doesn't seem like it should be, but something always seems to get in your way. And so it's kind of like this default setting. You have a default setting where, you make an average of a quarter million a year. And that is like that's your default. So some months you'll do 30, some months you'll do 15, but on average you do about, float around 20, maybe 25, right? And so it's kind of like the cruise control in your car. And your body and your mind all sort of tend to return to these preset levels. Like your car, your car will maintain a steady speed on cruise control that you've set. All right, you've set that and you've taken your foot off the gas and off the brake. You can speed up a little bit, but then you have to get back into the cruise control. And so until you decide to speed up or slow down, your car just stays at that default speed. And there's a scientific reason why these set points exist, and it is because of homeostasis. So our bodies have an inclination to maintain the status quo, to maintain stability. And the reason why is because our bodies are really smart, really designed to be efficient. And that's why most of the functions of our body operate on autopilot. And it's how we conserve energy. That's how you're able to do all these other things while your heart runs by itself, while your blood flows by itself, while you don't have to think about breathing. All these things just return to a normal homeostasis. And so everything else essentially that gets into your subconscious mind gets stuck into the same autopilot. How much money you make, how much you weigh, how you feel on a given date, all get stuck at this set point. And so these are all these invisible boundaries. This is our comfort zone. And we are just naturally going to gravitate back to our comfort zone without even realizing it. For me, I'll be honest. I mean, it's like I'm not used to spending as much money on app development as I have been spending over this last couple of years. And, Kate, and of course, doing that without seeing any return whatsoever on my new app, that's scary. That's really scary. And so I've been out of my comfort zone for quite a while. And there's all this fear, all this worry sometimes, that says, oh, maybe I'll just stop. It's like it's almost like you just kind of want to put on the emergency brake and just stop. And that happens with everything, because it's not even necessarily just something in that we're consciously trying to do or think about. It's not logical. It's not rational. It is when we get out of our comfort zone, our subconscious mind just naturally wants to get us back to the default. All right. So we encounter this in every aspect of our life. I'm sure that some people here can relate to it when it comes to their weight. All right. Think about your body like a natural thermostat that is set to a certain temperature. And just like a thermostat will kick into, cool or heat a room to maintain that temperature, your body works the same way to keep you at the same weight that it's used to. And so if you eat more for a few days, your metabolism might speed up to help you burn those extra calories. Or if you suddenly stop eating less, guess what? Your body's going to slow down, your metabolism is going to slow down to conserve that energy. And so this weight range is maintained by this, dance of your hormones, your metabolism. Everything is striving to keep everything the same. All right. If you weren't trying to change, well, life's going to actually come in and try to change you because nothing ever really does stay the same. But your body does fight hard to keep everything the same. And that goes for everything. Your every single change that you have, whether it's a good change or there's no necessarily bad change. You could view it as a bad change, but whatever's changing, it just creates this stress. It creates a little bit of fear, all of that. And, so your mind is always trying to keep everything the same. And that's why this is so hard, to break out of your finances, to break into a new level. And similarly, your financial set point is often a reflection of the income level that you've grown accustomed to over time. And if you typically earn a certain amount, you're going to find that unconsciously you limit yourself to opportunities that match, that match you being able to earn more than usual. And you might end up maybe spending more, or you might make decisions that bring you back down to that familiar, comfortable financial setting. And that's your financial thermostat. And that's been set according to your experiences in the past, through, the examples maybe set by your parents and just your own life experience. And then we also have this last example here is your emotions. And so your emotions, notice how, I mean, throughout the day, sometimes you feel like really, really great. Sometimes you feel really, really lousy, or it may be extended over a week or over a month, but you typically feel kind of the same. Emotionally, you have a baseline. You have a certain level of contentment, certain level of happiness that you typically default to. You have your ups and downs that move you away from your baseline temporarily, but most people do eventually bounce back to their usual emotional state. That could be a good thing or a bad thing because, if you have all of a sudden, something that boosts your mood for a little while, that you're excited about. Maybe, you just met the love of your life, or maybe you just won the lottery, or maybe you got a new job, or whatever it was, you're going to be happy for a little while, but then you're going to just sort of go back eventually to feeling that. And that's one of the reasons why none of this stuff, none of these things out there can actually make you happy. It can make you temporarily, it can change your mood temporarily, but it isn't going to like really change your baseline emotional set point. You have to do that. And here's the thing, here's where it's all connected is that when, you change, I'm just going to make an assertion here that whatever it is out there that, you don't have yet, that you're not in alignment with, the finances, the weight, the love, whatever that is, there's a baseline for that. And there's a baseline of your emotions. And the two are connected, interconnected. And so, what you have to learn how to do is you have to work on being able to change your baseline emotional state, your set point emotional state. And then once you change your baseline emotional state, you're going to eventually be able to change the thing out there, the external thing that you're going for, like, the increase in your income. And so once you understand now these set points, that really helps you hopefully to understand why making lasting changes in these areas is really challenging. Um, And, to shift these set points, it usually requires a combination of not only conscious effort, but it also requires your subconscious beliefs, changing your subconscious beliefs. And so here's just a few things that I want you to keep in mind, because this whole thing I said, is about shifting your set point for abundance manifestation. So that's what we're talking about here. So let's talk about abundance manifestation, shifting your set point. All right. So it starts with awareness. So first you have to recognize and accept your current set point. You need to understand, just like anything, knowing the preset temperature on your thermostat, you have to know what you're working with before you can change it. If you feel hot and your thermostat is set 80, okay? You need to know that it's at 80, and what do you want to turn it down to? You want to turn it down to 78, 77. What do you want to turn it down to? Or just conversely, if you're cold and it's set to I like to, keep it a little warm in here in Arizona. So if it's set to 75, and that's cold, all right, that's exactly cold for me. I need to know that it's 75, and I need to know that for me, it's comfortable to keep it at 77. That's what I like to keep it at. All right, so I got to change the thermostat to 77. Um, so then you need to decide, what do you want your set point to be? Like I said, this is choosing the new temperature or the speed that you want to maintain. What do you want your financial set point to be? Then what are the action steps that you need to take toward your goal? If you want to change the cruise control setting, you have to keep your foot on the gas until the car reaches the new desired speed. Well, it's the same thing, with the actions you need to take. You have to know what those consistent actions are, and then you can work toward your new goal. So, for me, it might be posting on social media each day. For you, it might be making a phone call to somebody each day, whatever it is, you got to take those consistent actions. So it's not just changing the beliefs, but you have to act. Subconscious reprogramming, like hypnotherapy, affirmations, visualization, you can use that to change your subconscious beliefs that are keeping you at your current set point. And that's like updating the software in the device to change those default settings. And then it's your environment that supports your new financial goals. So here's how you can do that. You can connect with people who are where you want to be financially. Their mindset and habits can provide a model for you to emulate. You can invest time in learning about personal finance, investment strategies, wealth building. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money. You can organize your physical space to reflect a prosperous environment, and this means clearing out any of the old, making room for the new. So you can create vision boards or use apps to regularly visualize your financial goals. Seeing your goals can really help to solidify them in your mind. And you can hire a financial advisor or a business coach to really help to create a roadmap for your financial growth and keep you accountable. Now, when it comes to reinforcement, you also need to reinforce your financial set point. And that involves regularly reminding yourself of your financial potential and celebrating your small victories. So you want to track your progress, keep a journal, keep a spreadsheet where you record your financial milestones, no matter how big or small they may seem. Use financial affirmations daily to reinforce your belief in your ability to achieve your financial goals. success stories, reading or listening to stories of other people who have successfully raised their financial set point. This can inspire and motivate you to continue pushing forward. Using a reward system, what are you going to do to reward yourself? Set up a reward system for when you do hit those financial targets. And this can reinforce positive behavior and make the journey that much more enjoyable. And consistency. Consistency is the key to everything here. So be consistent with your financial habits. Regularity is the key to making them part of your new life and reaching your new set point. So, integrating these steps is going to help you to shift your set point in any area of your life. It's not just an overnight progress process, though, but with dedication and with the right techniques, you can make these changes in your life. Now, as I mentioned before, the last part of today's talk is about your vibration because your vibration is also critical. Changing your vibration really involves shifting your emotional state. And we talked about the emotional set point earlier and how I said that they kind of align with wherever you're at financially, wherever you're at with your love life, wherever you're at with your weight. You have some sort of an emotional state that is generating that external experience. And so you want to change your vibration. You want to shift your vibration, your emotional state to align with the feelings of abundance, with success. And so it's about embodying the energy of having already achieved your financial goal. And so to shift your emotional energy vibration, you want to start living as if the success you're seeking is already there. You want to act as if. You want to be the version of yourself that has already achieved what it is that you're working toward. So you can use for that visualization. And visualization is not just daydreaming, it is strategic. It's seeing yourself like I have people write out a visualization script so that you already know what it is that you're going to visualize each and every time so you can be consistent and continue to give your subconscious mind the same picture over and over and over again. It's the repetition of this that is the key to success. So, what does you in that, and that doesn't sound like good grammar, but what does the you in that end goal look like? What are you doing? Are you speaking to large groups of people? Are you celebrating an achievement? You need to be, are you looking at your bank account? Are you going shopping? Are you seeing the pool in the backyard? What is it that you are doing? How are you celebrating? How are you being in this new version of you? What does it actually feel like to celebrate this success? Because, visualizing without having any emotion attached to it isn't going to be powerful enough for that visualization to really sink into and become absorbed into the subconscious. So you have to get very detailed. You need to be very specific. You need to make it real because the more real it feels in your visualization, the more your vibration will align with that reality. And you can also, as part of embodying this new way of being, this new emotional set point, this new emotional vibration, saying and powerful affirmations is also really helpful in this regard. Creating affirmations that resonate deeply with the you aspire to be. And so these affirmations should feel expansive. They should feel exhilarating. When you say them, you should, feel like you're declaring your truth to the universe. I am a magnet for financial abundance. I effortlessly attract opportunities that I desire. Don't just say them like words. They're commands. They're commands to the universe. They're commands to your subconscious mind. And they need to reflect your inner state. To affirm, it means it's true. So you need to feel them as though they're true. And this is always kind of an area that a lot of my clients kind of get, a little bit um, confused about. It's like there's a delicate balance between saying something that is like not true yet, maybe a lie, maybe it's something you need to still, feel into. But if you can feel it as though it is like that, if you can believe that it can become true, then, and it feels good when you say it. That's the essence of the affirmations, is that it feels good when you say it. And so, sometimes I say it doesn't feel good to lie to yourself. Well, if it feels like a lie, then you need to say it in a way that feels true for you. So sometimes you might need to lighten up or create a bridge affirmation in order for it to feel better. It just depends on you. It depends on what feels good for you. So the other thing that will help you to embody the new version of you is to act as if. Now, this is a technique. This is a technique where you walk around every single day as the person that you are, that you're becoming. So, how does this person talk? How does this person walk? How does this person dress? Act the part of the successful entrepreneur, act the part of the millionaire, act the part of a person who has an abundance of clients, act the part. What would you be saying? What would you be doing? Where would you be going? Would you invest in that course if you knew that you're on your way to become a millionaire, but you've got these abundance blocks that are getting in your way? And you knew that, just investing the 2,000 bucks in that, or 5,000 or whatever it is, would you invest in that course if you really believed that you were on your way to doing that? Take that meeting, make that call, whatever it is, making the calls every day or making the videos every day or doing the social media every day. It's all about, again, being and acting in alignment with the person that you are becoming, with the future success that you are working toward. And then another really great way to help you to embody the person that you're becoming is writing. I think writing is so powerful. It really, really helps you to see it on paper. You're scripting out your life as if you're writing a movie, from where you are ending up, you know? And so write down your day, write down your week, write down how it is for you now that everything has manifested. And all of this solidifies that emotional vibration into your subconscious mind. You're seeing it on paper, you're writing about it, you're acting as if. And, you can also take it a step further with physical embodiment. You can really, how does this person walk? Put you, go, I mean, like, do you walk with an air of success and confidence, like somebody's already made it? Do you have the body language of a leader in your field? One of the things people do is they'll watch videos on YouTube of if they're a speaker, if they're wanting to be a charismatic person, they'll put themselves in and do the hand gestures and walk like that person until they actually feel like they are that person. Whatever you have to do to embody that success. You can, match it with the energy of your physical body, with a mental image of success. So this isn't about just positive thinking, okay? This is about positive being. It is about creating an energetic match for the success and the abundance that you want to attract. And the universe responds to this energy. It is about becoming an energetic match for your desires so that what you seek is drawn to you as if you are a powerful magnet. And as you actively work to raise your vibration, you are aligning yourself with the higher frequencies of that abundance. And you are resonating with the opportunities, with the people, with the experiences that can elevate your financial set point. And as you vibrate at this new level of you, you are attracting similar energies to you. And that means that new opportunities, new levels of income are going to reflect your new vibrational state. And so, as you consistently practice this emotional alignment, you are transforming your vibrational set point. And, this isn't something that happens overnight. Don't do this for 24 hours or 48 hours and expect a miracle to happen overnight. Even doing it for a month, you may not necessarily see the results yet, but you're going to get results faster than you would if you weren't doing these things. So think of it that way. And, I can't guarantee a particular, amount of time these things take. It's different for everyone. But with dedication, with the right mindset, you can begin to see shifts in your financial reality. And this is how you're going to change your 2024. This is how you're going to fill your 2024 with greater prosperity, with greater success. Your self-identity, your self-worth, is going to get a boost because how you view yourself is what sets the tone with everything in your life. So you can begin, by doing some visualization, doing some daily affirmations, reminding yourself of the things that you're grateful for, changing your self talk, all of these. And when you change yourself, when you change the way you see yourself, the way your internal environment, you change everything on the inside, then everything on your outside will change to reflect what's on the inside. That how you see the world will change, and the way the world sees you will change. And so remember, 2024 will be different. It won't be different just because it's 2024. It will be different because you made it different, because you have the power to rewrite your story. So let's start writing that new chapter today, right now, not on next Monday, not because it's 2024, but because it's right now and because you're choosing it. All right. So let's make 2024 a year of transformation. And this is going to be the year that Believe launches, and millions of people are going to have this app in their hot little hands. So many of you have been waiting for the Believe app, and I get it. It's like it's like when you're all, set to leave the house and that person's, still in the bathroom. Oh, just one more minute. But really, we're getting super, super close, and it is coming soon, and it will be there, and it will be worth the wait. And you're going to have a complete treasure chest of free and premium content to dive into. So keep your eyes out for it. It's going to be epic. And the other thing you can also jump into right now while you're waiting for that is my 21-day manifesting challenge. And it is the same course that has been changing lives for the past several years since I came out with it back in 2021. But I have decided to throw in a few extras, and I've even taken down the price for this year just for the first month of this year. And so it's all set up ready for you at 21daymanifestingchallenge.com. That's 21daymanifestingchallenge.com. So go ahead and get into that. And once again, keep your eyes peeled for the Believe app launching soon, all the tools that you need for transformation right in your pocket. And again, get into the 21-day manifesting challenge. This is going to be how you're going to help yourself to create these new habits. Both of these tools are here for you to help you with the new you for 2024. And from here on, things are going to be different because you decided that things are going to be different. So, once again, thank you so much for tuning in to the Power of Your Mind podcast. Remember, every single moment is a chance to have a fresh start. So, take a deep breath, believe in the power of your word, believe in the power for you to step forward into a life that you truly do deserve. And until next time, keep manifesting, keep believing, stay positive, trust in yourself, trust in the journey, and happy manifesting.